With meteorologist Cheetah Craft. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, Addison Green and I all night have been watching, and not only this snow, so it started freezing rain and sleet, and that's why we have icy covered roadways this morning. And now we're going to be talking about upwards of 3 to 6 inches of snow on top of that ice. So it is going to make driving, as expected, extremely treacherous and extremely dangerous. So continue to stay off the roads if you can. Now this morning, though, we are talking about snow. So a lot of you are probably up early to say, well, how much snow? How long will it last? It doesn't matter if you're waking up north of town, south of town, Galveston. You were dealing with thunder snow about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So if some of you haven't been able to sleep, that's a rare occurrence. That's probably why. As far as how much snow we could see, again, upwards of 3 to 6 inches, but it's going to fall in a short period of time. Check this out. 7:30 this morning, back edge of that snow line already starting to move away. By 9 o'clock, I think the moisture content is out of here. Now the bitter cold is just going to begin, and that's what's going to kick in tonight and into tomorrow. Temperatures, well, almost single digits, 11 in College Station, 15 in Conroe, 20 degrees right now at Hobby Airport. That's not even factoring in the wind. In fact, let's bring in our meteorologist, Addison Green. We've been watching this scenario continue to play out and unfold overnight. You know, when we factor in the winds, we are dealing with single-digit readings. And I know we've been talking about first time ever the National Weather Service had to issue that wind chill warning. Incredible. You'll break that down.
Yeah, simply astonishing, Cheetah, to see that coming across this part of the country. I mean, I've seen this up across the northern plains and northeast, not here in Texas. And this is involving temperatures feeling sub-zero at several times throughout the morning to midday hours, especially north and west of Harris County. The actual air temperatures will be getting down to low levels. In fact, we could be talking about historic record low right there for tomorrow morning. Temperatures will still remain in that hard freeze category for the next several days. Then we'll start to see those temperatures rise as we finally get away from this Arctic outbreak. But before that is all said and done, we have another system we're keeping our eyes on for Wednesday and Thursday's time frame. Right now, we see those temperatures trending above the freezing point for those afternoon highs. So that means we're going to be seeing potentially just rain showers coming on in with maybe a little icy mixture out there in some spots, guys. But definitely we are going to go through another round or two before we finally get some more nicer weather come our way.
And Addison, Transtar is keeping tabs on all of these icy spots. So the snowflake icons showing you where it's going to be treacherous conditions, if not full closures. Let's get to our map and Transtar cameras. This is one of the areas where they just haven't even started plowing yet because there's just so much snow to deal with everywhere else. This is look at your Katy freeway at Post Oak. Look at that. No cars on the roads, no accidents, no stalls out there. So that's very good news. But I want to get you to the latest closure, and that includes the Seabrook-Kemah Bridge. Full closure, ice reported there, and one that just happened within the last 20 minutes, the Washburn Tunnel at Clinton Drive. It's a full closure, not because of ice though, folks. They had a power outage, so you'll have to take the 610 loop to get around that. And don't forget about the West Park Tollway closure as well. Xavier, we have many more closures for now, but I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, but it's good that not a lot of people are out on the roads, though, so that is some good news. All right, let's get out to Brandy Smith. Brandy with an eye in the Woodlands this morning. Brandy, what are conditions looking like there for you?
Well, Xavier, it has been a huge change since I got up here about 3 o'clock yesterday. When I arrived in the Woodlands, it was wet, but it wasn't coming down. Like, it had rained here. Things were freezing up. And then over the course of the next few hours, we saw that precipitation start to switch over. So we saw sleet and snow flurries. When I went to bed, sleet was starting to accumulate. I saw those little ice pellets everywhere. 6 hours later, this is what it looks like in the Woodlands. We have at least an inch, probably a little bit more. And you know, most kids are out of school today because it's President's Day. We know one local district is going remotely. So you're gonna wanna go out in this, right? They're gonna wanna go experience the snow. KHOU a couple days ago put out a graphic about how to dress in layers for extreme cold. I followed that to a T. I gotta tell you, on the bottom, I have long johns, fuzzy pajama pants, and snow pants. On the top, I have a tank top. The other half of my long johns, a sweatshirt, my KHOU coat, gloves, a neck gaiter, a scarf, the hat. I also have a bunch of hand warmers and foot warmers that I'm gonna start using here pretty shortly because my hands are starting to freeze up. But those are the kind of layers you need to think about as your kids head outside, because we know, like 6-year-old Nalaya and 3-year-old Naomi, they wanna get out in it.
Tomorrow, I'm going to make a snowman with a carrot. I'm trying to find carrot, but I'm going to Walmart, find carrot, and put in his nose.
I think that's a beautiful plan.
And get a little piece of rock and put in his eyes and buttons.
When you get to go out there, what are you going to do?
I'm going to slide and bump my head.
How cute are they? I'm sure there are so many kids just like them around the Woodlands into the Houston area who haven't been able to sleep because they're seeing something they just don't get to see very often, and that's all this snow on the ground. It's not just going on the ground though. Check this out. It is on cars, on your windshield, and it's icy. You can't even crack through that. So Cheetah a couple of days ago gave some great tips about how to de-ice your windshield and how not to. Do not pour boiling hot water on there. Chances are you won't have a windshield after, Steph.
Oh yeah, Brandy, you're exactly right, and it may take you till next Christmas, but you can use a credit card and a plastic spatula, so try that. All right, let's take a look outside. My goodness, look at what's going on out there. It is just really bad driving conditions, but the good news is, and I've been saying it all morning, so fingers crossed we don't have any accidents out there. People heeding the wordings to stay home, and also it helps that it is a holiday. So if you are one of our friends who is a first responder or a medical professional, anyone under that umbrella who has to go to work in the next few minutes, let's take a look at the maps. We do have some closures. It's going to be real tough for you to get into work, but we do have a couple of things that you need to know about. So let's take a look at our map. This is the Washburn Tunnel. Okay. We are actually going to go to Anieli Ruiz, who is live in Memorial City. Anieli, what are you seeing right now?
Hey, Steph, as you can see, the snow is still coming down here. I feel like the snowflakes are a little bit smaller than they were earlier, but I want to show you guys, this is actually a lawn, and as you can see, it's completely covered. There are some parts that have a lot of ice, so still very, very slippery out here. So if you're walking out here, please be very careful when you're out here. But I wanted to show you guys also some video that was taken about 18 miles west of us here in the Buc-ee's in Katy. Take a look. This was shot earlier today. You can see the sleet was coming down pretty hard at this time. Buc-ee's is still open. But as you can tell, this is normally a busy gas station, and it was pretty empty. We probably saw one customer out there, which is really good news. It's good to see that not many people are out here driving in these icy and snowy conditions. And one of the workers who was securing everything tells us the winds were pretty intense.